Hey, Celicia. Hey, hey, LA. Is that LA Tour or Latour? Latour or LA Tour 911. What's going on? Hello, hello. Hey, everyone. Howdy doody. Hey, what's going on, Miss Classic? Hey, honey. How are you, gorgeous? How are you tonight? You guys. Hey, Cotton Candy Palace. Love that name, really cute. Hey, House of Tony B, what's going on, darling? Hey, Lola's Tips. No, I'm not early. It's Tuesday, right? Let me look at my calendar. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Wedding and event planner scope, okay? I had you cracking up to catch me outside. Yes. Hello from Georgia. If this is your first time here, please tell me your name and where you're from, okay? Tell me your name and where you're from. I want to go ahead and get started tonight because some of you guys know I do 2 broadcasts on Tuesdays. I have this and I also have the Late Night Biz Scope. Hey, bro, 2016. Welcome to the Scoposphere. Nice to have you. Lola, thanks for sharing on Twitter. And I'll be honest, y'all, I kind of feel crappy. I went and made myself go work out, but I still feel really bad. Like, my neck is hurting so bad today because the weather is going hot and cold. And I'm like, ah. Hey, Mikey from NYC. You guys, some of y'all know this, some of y'all don't. I've had 4 surgeries on my spine. So when we have, like, severe weather shifts, sometimes I feel not so great. So I got, like, a scratchy vocal cord because I've been overworking it. And now my spine is like, it's like freaking out. But I didn't go too hard in the gym today. Hey, D, what's going on, girl? So those of you who do not know me, my name is Ashley, and I'm a public speaker. I'm an award-winning luxury event designer, and I'm a business builder. Hey, Willie from Phoenix. I've been in the wedding and event industry for over 11 years now, okay? And I must be nuts because I love this, and I love what I do, and I love being able to help other people. So I'm known in Periscope as the late night business king, honey, in these streets because I teach people how to make thousands of dollars with their social media for the free 99. But of course, my very first company that I started, and I still operate this company, and I love it. It's my heart and soul. I'm a wedding and event designer, right? And so since I do weddings and events, I try and assist other wedding and event designers. And so I do these special broadcasts for us and people in our industry on Tuesday nights at 9:05. If you're not a wedding and event professional, you're more than welcome to stay. Tons of people who are not in our industry always say that these broadcasts are really helpful and they're able to take these same tips and apply them to their industries. But this is for you, basically, if you're a photographer, a makeup artist, a florist, event planner, a wedding planner, if you own a venue, if you bake cakes, if you make dresses, if you're a makeup artist, if you do tuxes, if you're a seamstress, if you do favors, whatever it is that you do, if you do candy bars, if you're a bartender, if you do stationery, right, if you do transportation, all those sorts of types of things, whatever it is that you do, if you're trying to book brides, then this is the broadcast for you. Typically, I do stuff that's just generic for wedding and event planners and designers. However, we are in engagement season. Valentine's Day is next week, so that will be the end of engagement season. It starts the day before Thanksgiving. It's engagement season here in the States because from Thanksgiving until Valentine's Day, 55% of all of the people in the United States who get engaged in that little time block, right? Hey, Katrina, what's going on? Hey, Egg Drop, what's going on? Hey, Joey. Hey, boy, hey. So anyway, you guys, that is what we do in the wedding and the event designer scopes. And if you stay up late at night, feel free to come back to Late Night Business at 11:05 tonight. And if not, let's go ahead and get started. So let me see the readies. And tonight I'm going to be giving you guys 3 ways that you can actually book pre-qualified leads. Let's see, I want to be the very best caller that no one ever was. Okay, hey, get it then. Thank you for all of the readies. Hey, Jiggy Mig, what's going on, boo? Grab your pens, grab your papers, grab your tablets, grab your recording devices, okay? I'm going to roll through this pretty quickly, you guys, because I just told you, I don't feel good. I don't, but I wanted to make sure I gave you this information, and I need to try and drink some tea and let my vocals do their thing for Late Night Biz. God dang it. the corners I push myself in, right? Hey, Chris ZK, welcome to the Scoposphere. All right, so I just want to know, just out of curiosity, so I can get an idea of who I'm talking to tonight. How many of you guys have been frustrated? And I know this happens a lot with wedding and event professionals, obviously more often than we like to admit, because there is an alarming statistic that that majority of the people in our industry, no matter what they do, whether you're a venue, a cake baker, stationery, a planner, a florist, a designer, a DJ, whatever, typically are in and out of business within 18 months. Did y'all know that? So how many of you guys have been in the situation where, you're getting inquiries and you're getting calls, but you're frustrated because you can't get people who will actually pay your prices? Hey, Drea, what's going on? I know, but unfortunately it's true, y'all, because I'll be honest, people are always shocked whenever I tell them that I do event design and production, and they're like, that's the only thing you do? I'm like, yeah, this is the only thing that I do. And a lot of times they're like, oh my God, because a lot of people, and they'll tell you if you get to know some of them, like a lot of people in our industry still work a 9-to-5 job because they love to do what they do and they love to service and help other people, but they haven't been able to figure it out in a way to do it so that they can make money. And then also, a lot of the time you'll have people in the situation of, they have a spouse, right? So you have a dual income household. So that's what's allowing, you to pursue your dream or your passion. So, it takes a lot, you guys. It does take a lot. I'm not going to lie to you and say that it doesn't. But I know it's super frustrating because my close rate used to be at about 20%. My close rate is at 80% now. So that means for every 10 consultations I go on, 8 of those ladies become my clients if we're looking on brides. On corporate accounts, I'm at about 90%. But corporate people are a lot easier to please than your social clients, okay? So part of the reason that my close rate increased is because I started getting better leads, higher quality leads from different sources instead of, y'all know I'm not a big fan of mass marketing and I teach target marketing. So I wanted to give you guys 3 actual real life things that you can do to change the type of leads that you're getting. And then also, once you tweak these, they're also going to help you guys book some more brides. Okay. So number 1, everybody give me the 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh Jesus! Everybody give me the ones. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I can't dance tonight. I can't do all my shaking and gyration. That's fine. God dang it. Okay, so the first tip that I have for you guys when it comes to generating high quality leads, you want to list yourself in quality online marketplaces. I'll give you guys an example. This is online and offline. I said online, just quality marketplaces, point blank, period. So this was some years ago. I listed myself on the Knot. We also have a listing on Wedding Wire. We're still there. I've been with Wedding Wire for years, like probably about 6 or 7 years I've been with Wedding Wire. I was on weddings.com. Let's see, Martha Stewart weddings. I've been on a whole bunch of different stuff, right? But the Knot was terrible for us. And the Knot salespeople, they're relentless, honey. They will hound you down literally for years, trying to get you to become a vendor on the Knot and pay that fee so you can be there. So I give you guys a prime example. I don't know what it is about the difference in the quality of brides that are on Wedding Wire, but these are ladies who have 2 different mindsets. So typically, guys and gals on Wedding Wire and on gayweddings.com, they are looking to book people. They're looking for vendors. They're serious about their inquiries, and they seem to be a bit more realistic about what their budget should be. It's not a bunch of tire kickers. So I would notice before I even had a paid listing on Wedding Wire, I was just down there like on page 40 somewhere. I was a free listing. I was still booking 3 or 4 brides every year from this site. And so that's why I started looking into it. And when I went and I actually got a paid listing, we literally started getting probably about 15 leads every month just from Wedding Wire. So it was more than worth its money to me, because once I booked one client that year, it paid for my advertising with them, right? Now, good quality brides. Typically, the girls who are on Wedding Wire, they normally had budgets that were at a minimum of $30,000. They were mostly mid-range. They went from like 30 to maybe 65,000 or something like that. Versus the Knot, I was listed on the Knot. Get on down. tried it. I was listed on the Knot. Now, while I was on the Knot, even though they're the biggest and they're the number one, and they have, they say that they have, more subscribers and more people on their website and girls and stuff like that than anyone else in the United States. Hey, sis, what's going on, Miss Nikita B? However, it was a bunch of trash people, right? And I know some of y'all like, God dang, y'all like, dang. It's the truth. What does it matter that you have, 100,000 people that are registered inside of the state of Arkansas, but 99,000 of those girls have budgets that are like $5,000 trying to have weddings for 200 people. And y'all, I'm not being extreme. People would literally call me and they would say that their budget was like $5,000 and they were trying to put together a wedding for 200 people. And they were really trying to put the venue, the food, and the decor in there. Come on now, y'all. Really? So even when my phone was ringing off the hook and we were getting a lot of emails from these girls on the Knot, at the end of the day, they didn't even have the budget, right, to be working with us. They didn't even have the budget that would allow me to produce the types of events that I wanted to produce. And does that make sense? So you really have to it sounds like some of my calls, yeah, they come. So you have to make sure that you have yourself listed in sound marketplaces and marketplaces where there's a good caliber of clientele. So Wedding Wire may not have as many people listed as the Knot and as many people subscribe. However, at the end of the day, I would much rather only get 15 calls a month, right, from one company. But these are all girls who typically are in line with us and we have a good chance of closing them and we're a good fit for one another, than literally getting 200 calls a month from the Knot, and out of 200, literally only one of those people were a good fit for us. Do y'all know how time consuming it is to respond to the emails of all those girls, to do your follow-ups, to go on the consultations? And our consultations are anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes long, just to sit there so people can try and pump you for information and juice you. And at the end of the day, they're not going to book with you. It's a waste of your time and it's a waste of your resources. Happy birthday, Edgar. But it's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your resources. And it's a waste of the money if you have a team or any assistants that are working with you. Hey, TEDx speaker Kelly James Pro, what up? Does that make sense to everyone? So the very first step to being able to generate some higher quality leads is look at the actual sources where you're listing yourself. So whether you're, doing magazines, whether you're on an online place, whether you are sponsoring an event and you have a booth there, if you're guest blogging on other people's blogs, if you're appearing on people's podcasts, those sorts of types of things, you need to make sure that it fits your demographics and the caliber of clientele that you want to work with. If it does not, you will continue to be frustrated. And again, I would have rather had the 15 calls, because we get 15 calls per month from girls on Wedding Wire, either calls or emails. And if I'm able to go on consultations with 10 of those girls and come back with 8 of them as clients, that's a pretty good turnaround versus having 200 calls and then you have, one. It's not early. Quit saying that. People keep coming in and says early. This is the Wedding and Event Planner broadcast. It's Tuesdays at 9:05 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's the very first series that I actually started on Periscope. Late night business just grows faster because there are a whole lot more small business owners and entrepreneurs than there are wedding and event industry professionals using Periscope. Get on, y'all better tell them to stop coming in here and disrespecting y'all. Y'all the real MVPs, okay? These are the people in my audience before anybody else even knew about me on Periscope. Blink, blink. Y'all better tell them to quit disrespecting y'all. You better let them know. Y'all better rise up. No, I'm playing. I'm just messing with you, Pink Professor. If you guys do not know me, my name is Ashley. I'm a public speaker. I'm an award-winning lecture event designer. I've been in the industry for 11 years. Go to eventsbyashleyand.com, eventsbyashleyand.com, eventsbyashleyand.com. That's where you can see my portfolio of work. And if you guys want to work with me, or if you want to train with me, you Allure. Oh, y'all, I didn't tell y'all. I do need to tell y'all this. Okay. So those of you who had already purchased and paid your registration fee for Allure, You guys already know this, but everyone else doesn't. So I sent a refund out to everybody because Allure will not be in Miami in June of this year. Instead, I am merging it with with the social media and biz summit. So it's going to become a full-on retreat because for years, other small business professionals have been asking me to do something similar of what I do for Allure, for what I do for you guys and Allure for them. The good news about it is instead of it costing $5,500 for you to come to Allure, your price is dropped all the way down to $2,500. Hey, shundo to that. It's a 4-day retreat. It will take place October 18th. You will be able to register in March, you guys. There will be 7 different tracks. So, of course, there's a special track for all my wedding and event professionals. The coolest thing about this is not only are we going to be focused a lot on your ads and generating leads and creating them, we'll be in Atlanta. We'll be in Atlanta, Drea. So not only are we going to be focused on the ad creations and leads and those sorts of types of things, like you'll actually be hammering out ads, but you're going to have actual events to put in your portfolio. You will have 3, right? Because you will have the conference, because you guys are going to help me with that. You also are going to have your lunch time. So you'll be rolling the main lunch, and then we'll be hosting a bonding event, and you guys will be doing the building, the creation, and all of that and turning it out. So not only are you going to learn everything on your business aspect, you are going to be building things hands-on. If you look at my website, that's work, honey, that the Lord bless these hands. I tell y'all all the time, I have the gift of business. I have 3. Okay. The real period pimps know, honey, I have the gift of hospitality. You will never leave my house thirsty or hungry. Your tummy will be happy. You will eat until your gut explodes. Okay. And then you will lay down on some comfortable linens that smell like roses and lavender, and you will feel refreshed, honey, and you'll be happy, and you'll just be like, I just want to stay with you forever, because that's what people say. That's what people say when they come with me. Okay. So I have the gift of hospitality. I also have the gift of beautification, which is where my wedding and event designing hand comes in. And my whole life, some of you guys know I've had all kinds of jobs, okay, before I became a small business owner. So that's there. And then, of course, I have the gift of business. So I got a lot of talents, but those are my 3 gifts. Anyway, you coming to Arkansas? Come on, girl. Come on, girl. I'll put you up. I'll put you up, Demetria. Wait until I get into my new house, though. Wait until I get in my new house. Hopefully, I'll be in it by the summer, so I'm excited about that. Anyways, oh, no problem, Pink Professor. No problem. Oh, thank you, Drea. Thank you. So Allure, you guys, is October 18th of this year. You'll be able to register in March. So yeah. Anyway, now everybody give me the 2s. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Hey, Candy. Thank you for all of the 2s, everybody. Thank you for all the 2s. And if it's your first time, don't let it be your last time, okay? So number 2, second thing that I want you guys to do is once you actually get the email inquiries, right? Because I used to get, y'all, you have no idea how discouraging it is. Those of you who haven't experienced this, hey, female artistry, thank you for sharing on Facebook, honey. Those of you who haven't discovered this or experienced this, I'm happy for you. But at the same time, it's like you kind of sort of needed to discover it so you know how to bounce back from it. Hey, Hurley, what's going on? I don't know how to explain to you how terrible it feels for you to keep going on consultation after consultation and being rejected. And after you just spend hours and hours putting together proposals for people and pulling numbers and calling different vendors and trying to provide options for these people, right? So I decided I wasn't going to do it anymore. Now, that's the way that I was taught, but it was very foolish because basically you were working before anyone had paid you, right? So I didn't want to do this anymore. So one of the things that I started to do before I even got there, hey, Cedrica LaJane, hey, girl, hey. One of the things I started doing before I would get to people is I have preliminary questions that I send over in the email. Now, here's the gag. You got to get people to answer the preliminary questions, right? You need them to answer the preliminary questions because this is what's going to tell you what you need to pitch them. You know, and I know, people always come into your inbox and they say, how much does it cost? We know as the professionals on our side, I can't quote you a price right off the top of my brain because everybody has something different, right? For every event, there's a different amount of guests. Everybody wants different decor. They're in different venues. There are different rules. There are different locations. There are all these other factors that start shifting and changing to where you can't just quote somebody one price for anything. About the only person that's in here that can probably quote a solid price consistently are my people who own and operate venues. Y'all's venue, it's the same price, whether they're having an event for 2 people or 2,000 people in that thing, right? And my photographers sometimes can quote the same price, but the rest of us, it's a lot of different variables for us to get to what it is, right? If you do stationery, you can't give them a price. You don't know what they want, and you don't know how many of those invitations you need to make, and you don't know if they want to do a full set. Maybe they want to do invitations, programs, and thank you cards or something like that, and to save the dates, right? Or maybe they just want to do the programs with you. Like, there's all these different types of things you got to get figured out about these people. So you got to learn to start sending preliminary questions, okay? Get on down. You got to learn to start sending these preliminary questions. So once the emails come in, you're of course going to say hello. You always thank them for actually for contacting you and considering you, congratulate them on the fact that they're about to get married, and say, we would absolutely love to provide you with a quote, right? Or we'd be more than delighted to see if we're a good fit for one another. I need you to answer a few initial questions for me. And you want to get the regular stuff out of the way, like the date, the time, city and state. If they have a venue, if you need to know that, colors or theme is something that I normally am interested in. And then you want to tell them, and then you want to ask them and say, also, what type of budget do you have in mind? And then explain to them, say the budget dictates everything, when it comes to this. So if you're a cake baker, you say the budget dictates, the tiers of the cake, the flavor cake you can have, and I can, realistically give you an idea of what we can provide for you once I know your budget, right? What if they don't have a date? I would tell them to hit me up when they got a date. You should have a date or a roundabout date. I feel like if you don't have a date, you're not serious. I feel like if you don't have a date, you're not serious at the end of the day. There's nobody on the planet, especially there. I've never met a person planning an event that doesn't have a date for the event that's not serious. They may not have a specific date, but they'll have a couple of tentative dates bouncing around in their head or something that they can give to you. But if they're like they don't have a date, that's a tire kicker, and they're there to waste your time. That's what they're there for. So anyway, so you need to make sure that you do not quote them any price or estimate until they answer the questions for you. Because if you quote them a price or an estimate, first of all, you don't know what you're quoting on, right? And so what if it's too high? What if it's too low? Or what if even low is worse than too high, because then you have to eat a bunch of costs, and you shouldn't have ever kicked that out to somebody. Also, you need to get them to respond to you. If you give them everything that they ask for in that first interaction, you're going to lose your ability to learn more about that client, decipher if you're a good fit, and if it's a client that you want, you're going to lose the ability to go ahead and close the deal with them. So they need to answer those questions, and you say, hey, now they need to answer those questions, right? And when they answer those questions, you need to say, hey, hey, if you tell me what your budget is, then I can tell you every single thing, I can realistically what services we can provide for you, or what cakes are going to be a good fit for you, or what's an option for you, right? If they come back to you and they say, I don't have a budget, then that's when you say, hey, well, and since you don't have a budget and you have all this other information for me, can you send me 3 to 5 inspiration pictures of what it is that you want or what you're expecting? And I can tell you what that costs, right? Or I normally just tell people up front, I say, well, everybody has a budget. They go, no, I don't have one. And I say, well, we design all kinds of events here. We have events that range from $15,000 to $500,000. And I go, is $75,000 a good starting point? And some people will say, okay. And some people, I can tell though, the ones that's not, honey, because they face get tight. They be like, or you hear a physical gasp on the phone, like, see, you do have a budget. You have to give me a range. And then all of a sudden they become more open about what the budget is. I straight up tell them. I joke about it, but I'm like, honey, you can't tell me you ain't got no budget, because I'll come back with oh my, I didn't want to spend that much. Well, then you have a budget. Please share with me how much you want to spend so I can realistically guide you on what it needs to be, right? So that's how that works, okay? If you guys do not know me, my name is Ashley. I'm a public speaker. I'm an award-winning luxury event designer. I've been in the industry for 11 years. You can go to eventsbyashleyand.com, eventsbyashleyand.com, eventsbyashleyand.com. Check out my portfolio of work, or maybe you guys want to train with me every Tuesdays at 9:05 p.m. Central Standard Time. I do a special scope for my wedding and event industry professionals. So if you're not in the industry, it's cool. You can stay. A lot of people say that this information is still good and valuable for them. And if you are a wedding and event industry professional, make sure you hit the subscription button, subscribe, pop the little pay pimp, and we can hang out all the time, okay? Oh, thank you. You're so sweet, female artistry. Okay, everybody, give me the 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Number 3 works. It works wonders. Number 3 works wonders. It was probably one of the better things, the better moves that I ever made in my career. Either blog or write as a contributor. Hey, Dallin Style, what's going on, honey? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Blog or write as a contributor. This was something. Not to be dramatic, but it really was like career changing for us, because when people see that you are, when people see that you've been featured in places and that you're an authority and you're in a position of an expert and you've been given advice, and you can say, hey from St. Petersburg, bleh, I can't talk. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Don. Hey, gorgeous. How are you? But whenever they see those sorts of types of things, it automatically gives you the ability to charge a different price point than other people can, just because you have more accolades and features under your belts than other people who are in your geographical area. It has done wonders for me. It's done wonders for me over the years. So if you guys are going to guest blog, or if you want to write in a magazine, if you want to put together a piece, I tell you guys all the time with local news, if you want to reach out to them and send them a press release or shoot them an idea for a segment that you can do on the news, that most of them would be more than happy to have you come on the news, and it works so well for you, and it helps you get out, because you know there are tons of people that are typically watching the news and the television, all sorts of types of demographics, all sorts of types of age ranges, and from the interview questions or the segment that you put together, different people can tell what type of clientele that they need to be in order to work with you. You have a receipt because of the Power Editor Biz Bundle. What's your receipt, Don? Tell me the receipt, girl. Tell me the receipt. So you guys, but that was number 3. If you try not, I know this sounds crappy and somebody's gonna get mad at me, but at the end of the day, I do not recommend you paying for, I don't recommend you dropping $3,500, $4,500, $500 on a print ad. It's more valuable for you to be featured. Now, if you are going to, let's see, got my image ad to 87 cents and my video boost post to 3 cents. Hey, yes, Don. Work, boo. Work, girl. Yes, Don. Yes, Don. Congratulations. That's major. Go, Don. Go, Don. Go, go, go. Go, go, Don. Go, Don. Go, 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 go. Hey, 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 hey. Ah! Yay! Way to go, girl. That's exciting. Yes, okay. Hey, Genuine. Thanks for sharing and inviting your followers. Okay. What was I saying? Okay. Oh, I was talking about your negotiation. Okay. I do want to give you this tip. I do want to give you this tip before I get out of here. So if you are advertising, you guys, on an online marketplace, a physical printed, magazine or booklet or anything like that, you have power to negotiate. And a lot of y'all don't know this. I didn't know this for a long time. So if you were coming to me and you expect me to pay $4,500 to be listed in your spring, maybe they have a fall and a spring wedding book or something that comes out, and you want me to pay $4,500 to be listed in there, also have a spot on the website and maybe a page or something like that. Well, I can't wait too. It's on the 21st. I think the 21st is the night that I come and speak to you guys. I'm mad excited. I might be a little tired, but I'm going to be excited. But anyway, when you're there, you can ask them and say, well, hey, if I do this ad with you, do I have opportunities to speak at any of the live events that you have? If I do this ad with you, do I have opportunities to contribute on your blogs? If I do this ad with you, are we able to do any social media shout outs where you guys, can help other people learn about my company, right? Or my page? If I do this with you, do I have the opportunity to showcase my work or my talent or my skills in any of the upcoming events that you have? Can I be put in as a feature person instead of as an actual ad? Because y'all know when they're flipping through those pages on those ad books, a couple of people are looking at who's promoting, but most of the time the clients are drawn to the people where there's a big, huge write-up, right, on that wedding or on that cake baker or on the stationer. If there's a big write-up about them, or if they're contributing and they have their images and those sorts of types of things, that's what makes people want to work with you more so than you just having an ad inside of the magazine. So, and a lot of times they're going to be willing to work with you because they want to actually close the deal. How much to be listed on Wedding Wire? It depends on the city and the state, and it depends on the listing that you have. My listing on Wedding Wire is about $600 a month. But when I first started and I was only listed in the Little Rock area, it was only like $125 a month or something like that. So it depends on your city, it depends on your state, it depends on how competitive the market is that you're in, and then it depends on which tier you do at Wedding Wire. So they're all different. So I would say, anywhere from $150 a month, and I think some people may even pay a couple $1,000s a month, depending. Like, I think if you're in a bigger city that's like super competitive, like New York or something like that, I think their rates are way higher than ours. Yeah. I mean, it's worth it though, because you book one client and you've paid for your ads with them the whole year. Strangest trollation ever. You ugly, take your clothes off. Why would somebody take off their clothes after you call them ugly? That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense, okay? I travel all over the United States, and I travel all over the world, actually. I do have a passport, so wherever my clients hire me, if they, like I say all the time, you buy, I'll fly. That was right, Rachel? That was a weird trollation. That was a really weird trollation. Anyway, you guys, so those are the 3 tips that I have to help you guys generate high-quality leads. If you do not know me, my name is Ashley. I'm a public speaker. I'm an award-winning luxury event designer and a business builder, and I broadcast Tuesdays at 9:05 p.m. Central Standard Time, tips and tricks for my wedding and event industry professionals. I hope you enjoyed the information that I gave today. Hopefully you guys will be in the spot next Tuesday as well. If you know someone else in our industry that needs this information and needs the help, then make sure that you invite them to the broadcast as well, okay? Next week, we're going to be talking about how to actually use Periscope to generate clients, because a lot of people did not realize that, right? I missed one. Can you recap? If you are a member of Club Social, you will have access to the replay of this broadcast, right? Anyway, you're so welcome, Cotton Candy Palace. You're so welcome. See you guys later. Anybody who is a part of Late Night Business, I'll see you guys in about an hour and 20 minutes or so, maybe an hour and a half, depending on how my vocal cords calm down. Anyway, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for coming and tuning in with me as always. I appreciate you guys so much. Mwah. Bye.